So, welcome to another update on the SNRD working group activity. So, the question today is, what if digital tools weren't just tools, but catalysts for real resilience in rural communities? And that's exactly what we'll explore today with Simon and Yasmin from the Digital Transformation Working Group. Thank you both for joining me today.
Thank you, Pascal, so much. It's our pleasure being here.
Thanks a lot, Pascal. Great to be here, and we're always keen to talk about digital transformation.
Great. I guess we just jump straight in. So, what makes your working group unique in a sense? Why should people pay attention to your work?
Well, our working group has been around since 2021, and while we are somewhat a smaller team, I believe we are all really committed to our work, and I like to believe very effective in using the resources that we have. Our motto is digital by choice. This is drawn from the BMZ's digital by default principle. And for us, this means being proactive and very intentional. That is testing, trying, adopting new technologies with a clear plan rather than waiting for them to somehow land on our desks or to mechanically tick boxes that we are in some definition innovative. So we are deeply convinced that digital is an enabler across all sectors and that also refers to your introductory question, Pascal. We take a user-centered and well-balanced approach. And that means that digital innovation is designed for and with the user, such that it's making our lives easier rather than being a purpose in itself by pushing towards a particular innovation no matter what. Yeah, a useful innovation in that sense is not always more complex or sophisticated. And we, as a working group, I think, are quite conscious about that fact. And while we are striving to bring innovation to our partners on the ground, one key point here is that we need to choose the right tools with the right level of complexity for the right people. And yeah, in our working, we are not just techies. Instead, I think it's a very diverse group with very different backgrounds, and that's also reflected in the fact that we aim both at cutting edge technology as well as efforts to build digital literacy and fluency so that everyone is participating and benefiting in the end.
So, looking back, what were some of the highlights that you had so far?
For me, I would say the digital by choice training, because it was one of the main things I was really motivated to join the group as co-speaker as well. I think we give an opportunity to other GIZ colleagues to know about digital solutions on wider perspective. And we always see the gap in this area while working in the digital group, where people are actually, as Simon was mentioning, putting a lot of assumption on digitalization, and they don't really see the opportunity of it. So it was very great way to design and co-develop with other GIZ colleagues solutions and ideas regarding digitalization in agriculture. And I would say it's a very critical point for anyone who is interested in agriculture to know about digitalization, because it's something anyone can integrate in his approach. So I would say, and I encourage everyone watching the video to go and check the materials regarding the digital by choice training as well.
So what's on your plate right now?
Well, quite a lot. We're gearing up for the second edition of our Digital Literacy Days, Les Journées de la Littératie et Fluidité Numérique, as they are called in our Francophone partner countries, in December, later this year. And this is after a very successful first round that created more interest across the organization to tackle core topics of digital transformation within the GIZ. And I would like to say this initiative is actually quite a good example of the pioneering role that we take up as an SNRD working group. We identified a gap, in this case, the lack of awareness and skill set when it comes to central digital transformations in the GIZ in some of the partner countries in Africa. And then we trialed the approach of the Digital Literacy Days with quite limited resources made available through the SNRD, and then quickly saw that there is an even bigger appetite with more countries keen to sign up for this activity. And right now, various colleagues and departments from the headquarters are now involved, and we have a vision that the Digital Literacy Days could be an even larger activity that is then ultimately organized through the headquarters in future. And yeah, we are also launching an innovation challenge to source creative e-learning solutions. And this is particularly for rural, remote, and low connectivity areas, as we see this as another strategic gap in rural development activities in the GIZ. And yeah, finally, we are also working on a study with the FEMHA, exploring the gender digital divide with empirical evidence from Nigeria. And there we are not just looking at barriers and challenges, but more so at concrete levers and solutions that help women adopt digital tools.
So what can people, the participants at the conference, expect from you, basically?
I would say no matter what their background, if they don't know how to use any mobile application, they would expect that we will take us through our experience and our knowledge and what we're doing in GIZ in general through the workshop in the SNRD conference to know more about how digital solution on coder term can support the development also and sustainable development for our beneficiaries. So basically what we'll do is we're teaming up with other projects in GIZ as well, and we're providing practical solutions from the on ground on different areas with regard to remote sensing, with regards to data protection and data analysis as well, to team up and see how this solution can actually support and help them in their work as well. In addition to that, they will find us in the marketplace. We're actually also showcasing different solutions and different activities from the different participants in the digital working group. And I think all of this activity is under the same objective to let people know, as Simon was saying in the beginning, that digitalization are not something only for the elite or only for the tech people. Digitalization is as simple as taking a picture for disease identification using a mobile app, or actually using satellites to know crop monitoring, or as simple as you're actually just giving information through a video, not through an actual workshop. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to bridge that gap between everyone in the GIZ.
Yeah, so you mentioned the different projects already. So there's also other working groups. Are you trying to hook up with them in some way or the other?
Yeah, Pascal, most definitely. It's actually very much on our radar. And one reason here is that digital transformation is a topic that, cuts across, right? So we are especially interested in overlaps when it comes to gender transformative approaches in digital to allow for a better inclusion of women, which is still a challenge in the digital transformation space. And then another exciting topic could be the nexus between climate and digital. And I'm also pretty sure that pretty much anyone that is going to be there in Lusaka is going to be keen to discuss artificial intelligence solutions, and particularly the aspect of how they can be used intentionally and also responsibly to help us achieve our goals. So yeah, in a nutshell, we are really looking forward to interacting with the other working groups, and we are also planning to reserve some time for that to really make sure we work in an integrated way during the week. And of course, we would like to invite anyone who's not yet busy on a Monday or Friday to join us in the working group sessions. We have open doors, and we are really keen to invite and to discuss with participants at the conference on digital transformation.
Okay, great. Sounds great for the conference, but we all know that the conference isn't anything, that has any value in itself. We should always look beyond, because it's just one of those steps. So what is your trajectory? Where you're aiming at in the long run with this?
I'd say we're aiming to keep the collaborative spirit alive and continue positioning digitalization as a key cross-cutting topic that can contribute to achieving actual project indicators, not just as an activity people are doing. As digital enthusiasts, we believe we need to be ready for the digital transformation era, and for our communities as well to be ready and occupied for whatever digitalization will take us on. So I would say we hope that the conference will give us a clearer picture of where SNRD is heading and how we as a working group can contribute strategically to the GIZ success in future and to the communities we're working on as well.
Great. That sounds very inspiring, and thanks to both of you for sharing your work and the prospects. Obviously, digital will be the new normal at some point, so you're going to move right center, mainstream, center stage. So I can't wait to see your energy that you bring to the conference then. But the final word is to you then.
5 years ago, no one knew about OpenAI or ChatGPT, but now I would say everyone uses it every day. So I think the future is moving very fast and we need to be ready and occupied. Looking forward to discuss this in the digital group with you in Lusaka. Thank you.